preparing to write this speech, my professor and mentor, Rob Buffington, said to me, "Just speak from your heart and personal experience." So here it goes. If you don't like this speech, please take it up with him. If I'm being honest, college has gone nothing like I expected. I had this idea of who I was, what I wanted, and how I'd impact the world. Time and time again, though, since coming to college, I've been confronted with the reality that if you make assumptions, things never go as planned. You've got to run with what shows up. My biggest awakening to that was when I was diagnosed with epilepsy my sophomore year. For those of you who don't know, epilepsy is a seizure disorder that embodies itself differently in everyone. I went a year undiagnosed after my first episode. I had seizures in class, in grocery stores, in parking lots, and around roommates who thought I was faking it for attention. I felt disappointed and misunderstood, as I expect many others feel when they are dealing with problems unseen by others. Thankfully now, I can proudly say I'm over 2 years seizure-free. It took a long time to get here, and a huge shift in attitude and perspective. The Women and Gender Studies department, my family, my peers, and living with a disability shaped who I am. Before randomly taking an intro to LGBT studies class, I didn't even know Women and Gender Studies was a department. It was by chance or maybe fate that I ended up here. I was shocked by how many of my conceptualizations of gender, sex, sexual orientation, race, ethnicity, class, disability, and even my feminism were whitewashed and heteronormative. I learned just how hugely problematic that was. Even though growing up, I had what I would consider a progressive education and community, it didn't go deep enough. You see, I think there's a fear. A fear of questioning beliefs, of being embarrassed by lacking awareness or getting it wrong, of being judged and being blamed for injustices committed presently or historically, institutionally or systemically by ourselves or others. This relationship to failure needs to change. Because without failure, there can be no innovation. What this department holds me accountable to is confronting that fear. Also, thinking critically, questioning everything, and taking action. This department, like Casey, has also shown me the power of community. Before that LGBT studies class, I'd only kind of come out to my mom. We were on the back porch in the summer sun, just musing about what my college experience would be like after my high school graduation. I said nervously, but trying to act casually, "What if I dated women in college?" My mom looked at me and coolly replied, "Yeah, glad you found something else to like." She said this as if I had just told her I want to take up a hobby like pottery or swing dancing. What I know from statistics, readings, and what I've heard from my friends and peers is that my experience of coming out is unfortunately and unjustly atypical. Watching my classmates support each other in their identities has shown me the power of community. Showing up in solidarity can be complex, though, especially when acknowledging the multiplicity of people's identities. Identity politics can be characterized as alliances and social categorization that can pull people apart. But that's certainly not all there is. In combination with an intersectional lens, there is potential for understanding inequality, fostering community, and bringing about social justice. To make that work, it takes radical vulnerability that can create circumstances for failure, misunderstanding, and disappointment. As I continuously shape my relationship to epilepsy, I found that vulnerability can be a valuable tool in making unknown pain and struggle points of possibility. I didn't know I'd fall in love or out of love. I didn't know that friendships cycle between comfort and discomfort repeatedly. That I'd lose my dad to MS this semester. I didn't know I could feel so much at once. My point is, nothing is permanent. Things are as you make them out to be. So what's my advice, class of 2019? Yield into discomfort. Learn from your successes and failures, and find your unexplored potential. With a learner's mindset, you will understand that simultaneously, you can try to be prepared for anything, but in actuality, be prepared for nothing. Things will happen in your life that will defy every expectation you have. So roll with it and defy all of your expectations. Thanks. Congrats.
Thank you, Jackson, Casey,